your league, like the B League. Is you tripping?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the world of the B League. I'm your host, Hat, and I'm here for the next few minutes to talk B League with you and to you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for allowing me to be in your living room. Wherever you're watching this broadcast, wherever you're watching this, thank you for allowing me to be in your space. Ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost, we're entering into a new season. Maybe this is new to you. Maybe you've been here before. But if you are new, let me just do a proper introduction. We are the B League. It goes down over here. We're just a simple basketball league who's family oriented, great vibes, great hype. We just do our thing. We are currently in our 8th season. We've had some great adventures from then to now, but we are currently in our 8th season. Let me just go over some history for those who don't know or didn't know. This league got started, I want to say around 2018, around 2018, and it was just something that I wanted to do to give guys equal opportunity, give them something else to do besides being in the streets, besides getting in trouble with the law. If we can give them something to look forward to, I think the crime rate can go down. And that's exactly what we did. We started this league. We didn't think we was going to have a lot of teams. We started this thing and we had about 10 teams to start. From 10 one season, 16 the next season, 16 the next season, 16 the next season, 16 the next season. We're averaging anywhere from 125, 130 men, black, white, you name it, we house them. Are some of them the best talent? Absolutely not. Do we have good talent? You better bet your bottom dollar we do. But here we give everybody a chance. That's the goal. That's the focus. We want everybody to feel like there's somebody when they enter this B League. We've had a lot of growth from then to now. It's been phenomenal to see. I've grown as a owner, as a CEO. The league has grown, not just in number, but just in mentality, just in sheer growth. We're not there. We ain't arrived, but we're headed somewhere. And I am grateful to God for where he's taken us, ladies and gentlemen. Again, thank you for allowing me to talk to you briefly. We're entering into our 8th season again. This is going to be a 6-game regular season, followed by a single game elimination playoff where only 8 teams will make it to the dance. 8 of our best teams will make it. Last season, we just came off of season 7, where the Nuggets found themselves being champions. I'll get into that just a little bit later. But I just want to say that we're in for a ride. Buckle your seatbelts. Sit back. Kick your shoes off. relax your feet, because you're in for a treat. Ladies and gentlemen, while I'm talking, I just want to, this is just simply an introduction. I want to introduce to you the 11 teams that we have currently on task to be playing this season. We got 11 teams. I want to introduce you to each and every one of them, and then I'm going to, well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to introduce you to the team, but I'm also going to break the team down while we're doing it all at the same time. Guys who I feel need to be highlighted, or things that need to be highlighted from each particular team. And let me just start off with this one team in whom I'm very proud of, a team that I've seen come a long way. So when we're talking growth, you cannot talk growth without talking about this team in particular. This is our oldest team that we have in the league. This team was formed in season 2 and have became a staple of the B League from season 2 to where we are now. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about Filet Town. This team here has been put together strategically for a reason. The culture of this team doesn't fit everybody. You have to be molded into this culture. And what do you mean by a culture? You have to see this team to understand this is our most vocal team, most passionate team, hard-fought team, you name it. This is what this team is. We have Honeycat, who is a former B-League champion, season 1 champion, that is, came off the bench averaging 30 points off the bench, and that is no cap, that is no lie. We've seen it with our own eyes. That year, he won Sniper of the Year, Sixth Man of the Year, and a championship. Hasn't been done since that. He brings that championship pedigree to this team. Not just that, but he brings the power, willpower, the finesse, the heart. But when I speak of heart, nobody has more heart than this guy I'm about to mention, who is Cedro Winston. This is the guy whom I believe is the heart and soul of this team. Just came off a finals appearance. They're looking to go back to the finals. Again, ladies and gentlemen, this team is a must-watch team. This is a team that you would want to see. I'm telling you, passion, fire. I mean, just downright phenomenal to see. And I cannot talk about these two guys without mentioning Lil Man, who is a staple of this team, 282 Brewer, who is a staple, who is a big impact to this team, and Dion Lane. I mentioned these 5 is because this is Death Row right here. When you speak of Death Row Records, you speak of these 5 individuals because they get it done. If I was to go to war with Germany, I would want these 5 guys on the side of me because I know what they're going to bring. If you're in a dog fight, this is who you want to have on your team because they're going to give it everything they got, their heart, their soul, their mind, everything in every game. They're going to give you 110. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Filet, and you want to see this team. The next team is going to be, I want to introduce to you, would be the Warriors, whom I like to call AKA Hustle Town. This is the only team in the league that has a combined 10 championships on one team. Whew. That says a lot. There's 10 championships throughout this one team, where Rose is a two-time B-League champion. Courtney Rose, two-time B-League champion. Tori Phillips, two-time B-League champion. I can go on for days. Jay Stu, Jaquez Smith, Clyde Ricks. This team is comprised of winning basketball, championship basketball. And I can go on to say this. We've had 8 seasons of this B-League. Courtney Rose, Jay Rose have been in about 6 of the finals. I love to say this. The finals always have to go through them. I don't care if they number 1 seed or the 8th seed. You better know, in order to win the finals, you're going to have to go through these 2 individuals, Courtney Rose, Rose. Some would say Rose is on task to being the greatest player ever who have laced them up in the B-League. He's headed in that direction. Courtney Rose is headed in that direction. One more championship, they'll do something that nobody has ever done, that is win 3. We're in 8 seasons. They have won 2. This team, with a lot of veteran experience, with a lot of championship experience, this is a team that can go far and can go all the way. Why? Because they know how to win. Jaquez Smith will hit a buzzer beater on you like it's nothing. Clyde Ricks will rob you blind. At one point led the league in steals. MVP race. This, when he want to play, there's nobody better. There's nobody better. And then you throw in a guy named Marvin White, Dre Peterson, these type of guys. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with. And I guarantee you want to make it to the finals, you got to go through this team. Speaking of another dynamic team, that brings me to the next one, which would be OFN. This team, just the name itself, rings bells. A lot of hype comes behind this team. If you're on the schedule to play OFN, all eyes are watching. If you're on the schedule to go against this OFN team, you got to come with your A game, because if not, they will beat the brakes off of you. This team has the reigning MVP right now with Spaz. Then you throw in Jamal Ray, his brother Jordan Ray. Then you throw in Quan Curry, whom I'm a big fan of. Anton, who season 1, season 2, season 3 was leading the league in scoring, averaging 30 a game. We know what he can do. My only concern with this team, are they too overhyped? Am I putting too much pressure on this team? Now, if you ask OFN, they will say, no, there's no pressure at all. But let's deal with facts and reality. Spaz, Swish Ray, Boat Ray, Quan Curry, Anton, amongst Red, Say, Will, Greg, Philip Washington. I can keep going on and on. Nobody on this team has won a championship. Jordan Ray, Jamal Ray, these guys have made it to the finals. I want to say 3 times, and I could be wrong. They know what it takes to get there. But getting there and winning are 2 different things. Could we be overhyping this team? I love the coach, Keith Wynkoop. I think he's going to do great as a coach. And if anybody can get them to the summit, it would be that guy, one we call Keith Wynkoop. But since we're talking about reaching the summit, reaching the pinnacle, let's talk about the team that has done it. That would be the defending champions, the Nuggets, coming off of one heck of a run. This team has, I'm just going to say, defied or defeated all the odds. The odds were stacked against this team. Nobody said that they would make it. Nobody thought that they would win. And let me tell you what they did. They went 8-1 throughout the season and playoffs. Went on a spectacular run like one we have never seen before, with Demetrius Johnson leading the way. When you want to talk about pure point guard with legit basketball IQ, you cannot talk about point guards without talking about this guy right here, Demetrius Johnson. Then you throw in Dante Hawkins, who just won Finals MVP. This brother can be special. This brother can be special. This is one, don't look at his frame. Don't look at his height. Look at his heart. He may be the smallest on the court, but he's the biggest on the court. Because this guy, heart, says it all. He ain't scared of nothing and nobody. This is why he led this team to a championship in the finals. Then you had Eli coming off a 25-point per game run during the playoffs, and then you throw in Ashton Mays, aka Beast Mode, and Torrey Phillips, who was on that team, no longer with them. They had something special. Zan, who was in the running for MVP. Irk Lorenz, who I think is the most underrated player we have in the league. I think people sleep on him too much, but he's a dog. He can really change the course of a game. I'm really excited to see what this team is going to do, led by the TNT Power. This is Quincy Sanders, Terrence Sanders, Season 7 Coaches of the Year. Don't think that they don't know the game. Their IQ is out of this world. They're going to put this team in a position to win. They're going to put the right players in the right positions. I'm looking for DJ to make a huge jump with Vashiel coming back. That's going to add depth to the roster. Whew. This is going to be good. Keep your eye on this Nuggets team who's defending their championship. We got a team called Walking Buckets. They're going to be new to the league. I can't speak too much on them, but I did hear that this team is going to be legit, led by my boy Teasy. He's bringing in guys. He said, "Hat, we come in the hoop for real," and I believe him. I'm excited to see this team, so I can't give too much analysis on this team because I don't know what they're bringing. But I'm going to tell you right now, stay tuned to this B-League world, because I guarantee you, if they're making noise, I'm making noise. If they're turning heads, I'm talking about them. And I can't wait to see this team in action. Not just them, but I can also say the same thing for this Space Jam team with my boy Velman and PJ Shavers and Zell and Clay and Anjay and all these boys. I'm really looking forward to seeing this team. Would I say I'm sold on them? Not at this particular moment, because I haven't seen them. I want to see what they're going to do. I want to see how they're going to bowl well with this team, chemistry-wise, production-wise, coaching-wise. I really want to see what this Space Jam team is going to do. Again, if they're making noise, I'm making noise. If they're turning heads, I'm talking about them. We might want to keep our eyes on this Space Jam team. Again, I'm excited to see him. PJ said he ain't doing no talking. It's all about action. And we're going to see. Speaking of action, I think this team had the best off-season action when Coach Brett Gregory, Coach Hunter, these guys worked hard to get a roster that's going to compete, and they finally had one. And finally put one together. I'm really excited to see what this team is going to do, and I'm talking about the Gladiators at this point. I'm really excited to see this team. I want to see how they're going to do. It got a lot of young pieces. I love this guy named CJ Ellis, one of my favorite players. Mario Manley, who gives it 110% every game. You won't out rebound him unless you're Mario or Randy and the Gorillas, but we'll talk about them in a second. You're not going to out rebound him. You're not going to out hustle him. And guess what? You're not going to out talk him. And let's just call a thing a thing. You're not going to out talk him. But I love this roster. With you throw in a Mario, you throw in a CJ Ellis, and then you throw in Legarian Robinson, Money Moore, who is a former B-League champion, D. Willis. If he shows up, he's a game changer. Nobody can outshoot him from the three-point line. When it goes up, it goes in. Bottom line, when it goes up, it goes in. If he's there, this team have a good chance of making the playoffs. I'm calling it now. If he is a consistent showing, Gladiators will make the playoffs. Another team that I want to talk about briefly, I don't know how they're coming. I only know just two players. But the two players I do know have a lot of respect of mine. Legit ballers. I'm talking Team Prolific with Tanner Hamilton. Excuse me. With Tanner Hamilton and DeMond Turner. These guys know how to put a team together. So when Tanner said Mon is putting a team together, I trust it 110%. These are ballers. These are hoopers. These are IQ level guys. They're not going to go out there and do anything that that game don't allow them to do. They're going to play in the system. They're going to slow it down. They'll kill you with the slow burn. But can I rank them? I really can't. Because Tanner don't mesh with everybody. Montana don't mesh with everybody. So I'm really looking forward to see what type of chemistry this team is going to have. Again, Tanner made it to the finals before Montana. Always been a competitive, know how to, I've seen him hit big shot after big shot. So I'm excited to see this team Prolific. I can't talk too much on them because I don't know what they're bringing to the table. But I tell you this, if they're making noise, I'm making noise. If they're turning heads, I'm talking about them. Let's see what Prolific is going to do. That brings me to my next team, would be the Gorillas. This team right here, I feel, has the best championship odds among any team that we have in the league. In fact, Vegas has the Gorillas the top of the charts, leading to be season 8 champions. They have a legit roster. One guy in particular whom I feel is going to be a game changer, and I catch heat for this, but I think Pargo Williams will be a legitimate game changer. You throw in Cam, you throw in Randy, Mario, then you got Howard there constructing and putting people in the right places. I give it up for Daniel Larry. He had one of the best off seasons, but the Gladiators had one of the best off season. I'll throw Filet in there too. Had one of the best off seasons that I've seen in a long time. This team has a lot of veteran players, a lot of depth, a lot of selfless players, and don't miss that. You got to have those type. But I think they're a championship contending team. Can they win a championship? Without a shadow of a doubt. Will they win the championship is going to be the question. That's going to be the question. But I think I want to see the chemistry, how this team is going to flow. A lot of them already played together, so they're coming in with built-in chemistry, which already makes them deadly. But I am definitely excited to see this Gorilla team. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Public Enemy. This team has a guy whom I deemed as Championship Cuddy. Why do I call him Championship Cuddy? Because he won a championship. He's a former champion. Then you throw Floyd Hayes in the mix, who also is a former champion. You got a season 1 champion in Cuddy, season 2 champion in Floyd Hayes. Not only is he a champion, but he also went multiple finals appearances and things like that. Straight dog. When we talk top 5 B League, you got to throw Floyd Hayes' name in the mix. This brother is just downright special. You know what you're going to get when you are on the court with him. But there's another guy whom I'm really think is going to make a big leap, and that's James Hubbard Parker. If he's used right, I think this Public Enemy team can do something special. If he's used properly, if he's used correctly, this team can really go somewhere. Former Defensive Player of the Year, Cinco D is on this team. Multiple MVP, multiple championships in Dallas. AJ Anderson is on this team, so he brings a lot of experience, a lot of championship DNA to this team, a lot of fight, a lot of firepower to this team. I'm excited to see how this team is going to just come together. They got a big task ahead of them when they play the Gorillas and multiple other teams on the schedule. We're going to see what this team is made of in 2 weeks. By the first week, by the second week, we'll really see what this team is made of. Ladies and gentlemen, and that brings me to my last team when we're talking about seeing what teams is made of, and that will be trouble. Is there too much to say about this team? I can say a lot. But what I will say is this is a championship team. Won multiple championships everywhere they've gone. Won tournaments. Won this, won that. They've won the B League Season 6 champions. Let me tell you something. This team doesn't need me to hype them up. You know what they bring. When they're on the schedule, not only do you have to bring your A game, you got to bring your A crowd. You got to bring, everything. You got to stretch a week in advance to be loose for this team, because losing is not in their DNA. Have they lost? Yeah, they lost a few games. But when it matters, they don't lose. And this is going to be a tough team to beat. I'm telling you. So this is why you don't want to miss this B-League world, ladies and gentlemen. You don't want to miss this. Our season is starting. It's going down. I'm telling you, be a part. And that brings me to my final segment here. I want to say thank you to all our sponsors who's sponsoring the B-League this year, who's partnering in with us, who want to see us grow, want to see us go to the next level, and they believe in us as we believe in them. We want to say thank you to each and every one of our sponsors. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a lovely night, a lovely day, a lovely morning, a lovely evening. This is your boy Hat. This has been What's the Word? Welcome to the world of the B-League. You making noise? I'm going to talk about it. You turning heads? I'm going to talk about that too. You suck? We got a gas chamber for you. But all in all, ladies and gentlemen, it's going down in the B-League. You want to be a part of this. Until we meet again, I'm signing off.